name is Michael Gutierrez. I work at Lockheed Martin Aeronautics Company here in Fort Worth, Texas. I work in the Advanced Development Programs, or the Skunk Works. I am a Systems Engineering Manager in the Mission Systems Software team. I was born in 1972. I was born in Corpus Christi, Texas. My father is Mexican descent. My mother is American. She was born in Corpus Christi. I grew up in that area. Actually, for a small part of my life, I was in the Tejano music industry. Played with my cousin, and because of his dad, he was in the industry. I was involved in Tejano music early on. So that was a brief part of my life there in my teenage years. Actually, it's kind of a funny story with my cousin. His last name is Ochoa. My mom's maiden name is Ochoa, and we were in junior high together. We didn't know each other before then, but we met up through band. And I also met my wife through band, by the way. And so we were in summer band, and I knew some piano at the time, and I could play some popular songs at the time, and I think Van Halen was big at the time. And so I was playing that, and he kind of came up to me and said, "Hey, you play keyboard pretty well. Have you ever thought about playing Tejano music?" I'm like, "I don't even know what Tejano music is," so no, I wasn't interested in it. But we started hanging out together, and I remember taking him to my house and him introducing himself to my mom, and she's like, "You're Ochoa?" I'm Ochoa, and who's your dad? And then they figured out that, well, he's like a second cousin to me. My mom and his dad were cousins, and so from that point on, we were hanging out all the time. We were pretty much inseparable. We were always doing stuff together. But he showed me how to play Tejano music. He started me off on guitar. Even though I was a keyboard player, he was a keyboard player, but he was a really, really talented keyboardist, as his uncle was. And so I learned from him to play keyboard as well. And so we spent a few years doing that. We used to go crash quinceañeras and weddings and go play in the middle of sets because he knew people from his dad that played with his dad in groups like that. So we kind of did that for the year and a half that we kind of hung out with. And at some point, then I ended up meeting up with a group from Colorado, a gentleman by the name of Valentin Maltos and Ernest Maltos. That they came from that area, and Val, actually, he is now a sax player in the industry. He's a Tejano Music Award winning musician, and even though we were just kids back then, he was really, really talented. I just considered myself a kid musician, but it was an honor just to play. Spent about a year playing with him at the time and being in the industry. So that was kind of in that, and that's what I grew up with. That was really kind of my biggest taste of being involved in the Hispanic culture and the Mexican culture and so forth through that time, that period.